I'm very happy LeBron went to Cleveland.
Okay.
I'm happy in a sense because I'm from a small city such as Cleveland. I'm from a town like Cleveland as far as St. Louis. And when you're from those towns and you grow up in those towns, it's nothing more gratifying for you than to see those people that you know truly love you, see them win. You see what I'm saying? See, because, you know, they want the best for you, and it's not just about money. It's not just about the rah-rah at the time. It's genuine love, and there's nothing that he loves more than to bring the great state of Ohio a championship.
Hold on. I don't want to leave Kobe behind.
We're going back to that.
Of course.
Hold on just a second.
Gotcha.
I want to talk a little deeper about the Kobe predicament that I think your Lakers are in right now. Just for the record, and to your point, which I thought there was much truth, even though you thought you were just a little too vociferous in your delivery.
Right.
But I looked this up this morning just to get in my head. Now, we write off last year for Kobe because obviously he was hurt. And I want to preface this by saying there's no one I'd rather watch play basketball than Kobe Bryant, even now at his advanced age.
One of the best scorers.
I mean, he just lights me up every night. I'm going to watch.
Right.
Okay. The previous 3 years to last year, he led the NBA in shot attempts. In the previous 8 years, he led it 6 times, and the other 2 years he was second in shot attempts. So you have to remember now, if you're going to go play with him, he's going to chuck it a lot. And that's not all bad because he's going to make a whole lot of those shots. But you have to defer more than ever to Kobe Bryant. And I'm not sure that will change. Remember, those last 3 years before he got hurt, those were his 15th, 16th, and 17th years in the league.
Right.
And he's leading in shot attempts. Okay? And then I'm going to say it again. They gave Kobe too much money. Now, they did it, and he accepted it. I think he accepted too much money.
Right.
You
Get
agree?
yourself in trouble.
Well, when I said that,
someone,
and I will remain nameless.
Say my name, Nelly.
Go on.
Someone who will remain nameless, sitting to the left of me, said, take a pay cut. I'm sure they got that clip where, I said, well, maybe, if he takes a pay cut, and then he got into the whole thing about the money. That was my whole point as saying he's being paid, and that's good, on what he did in the past. And that's great, because we all would like to get paid on things we did in the past. Right. I feel I'm underpaid for things I've did in the past. But
I don't think you made enough on country grammar, right?
Exactly. I'll bring that point up.
Thank you.
But in relation to today, you have to move forward, and you know what it's going to take in order to move forward and to win.
Yep.
So in that aspect, I just thought that he would be the first one to say, listen,
it's too much.
I know, I appreciate what you guys are trying to do, but I want to leave some of that cap room available so that we can bring some people in here.
Thank you.
And again, they offered it, but again, he took it.
He took it.
You see what I'm saying?
I feel you on that. And
I probably would have took it too.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're
that's
not going to
point
say
be made.
no.
Here's my problem with that thinking on both of y'all parts, respectfully. Because I'm in no position to, dispute what you're saying as factually incorrect, because obviously that's not the case. But what I'm trying to say is this. Y'all know enough about basketball to know what this is about. It's not just about the money. It's also about a belief that you have. Kobe Bryant was playing. First of all, keep in mind that Michael Jordan played less games and he shot more than Kobe Bryant. Michael Jordan chucked up a lot of shots. They went in. He was highly efficient, and he was a 6-time champion. Not to compare the two, even though Michael Jordan says that's the one person who does deserve comparisons to him, which is Kobe Bryant. But let's also take into account that when you're talking about the game of basketball, you got a guy that played alongside Shaquille O'Neal, the most dominant force of the modern day era. And Phil Jackson would say, here's the fourth quarter, I need you to take me there. You had Karl Malone and Gary Payton as teammates, or a Robert Horry, a Rick Fox, or a Derek Fisher. The list goes on and on. I need you to take me there. So when
wait, that was a long time ago.
Let me finish.
Okay. Exactly.
My point to you is that that's how you were raised in this profession. Then they leave. It's your franchise. You ultimately get a Pau Gasol with the Andrew Bynums. You ultimately go back to 3 straight NBA Finals. You win 2 of them. You got Gasol taking shots, Andrew Bynum trying to learn his way through, and they're coming to you again. Take me there. After that, then you've got, they have the audacity. We don't need Phil. We gonna bring in Mike Brown. We don't need Mike Brown no more. We're going to bring in Mike D'Antoni while the roster is regressing before your very eyes. What's the man supposed to do? You're on a court, and you got a bunch of marginal dudes rolling with you, but you're trying to stay on the court because if you lose, you got to wait 5 hours before you get back on because a bunch of people are waiting to play next. What you going to do? You going to put it up because you believe in you more than anybody else around you is worthy of being believed in.
That goes back to my statement when I said this is the child that LA has raised.
Okay.
That goes to that statement that I made at the beginning. This is what you've raised. This is the guy. This is the mentality. This is the attitude. This is the stint on which they are in right now because of that thinking, because of that upbringing. And I agree with you. But now this is what you have.
But the other point that you didn't bring up, and I'm surprised you of all people missed this, Nelly.
Okay.
If you're keeping your own player, you can usurp the cap, okay, to keep your own player, pay those amount of dollars. But even if the Los Angeles Lakers had enough money, they still would have been asking a Carmelo Anthony, a LeBron James to take $30 million less than they could have gotten anywhere else. So what I'm saying to you, with that being the reality, those are all the things that Kobe's looking at, because what's the practicality of you getting one of those dudes? You don't even have a coach. How can I trust? I'm supposed to sacrifice, because remember, for him to sacrifice his money, see, you think about it from basketball. I'm saying for him to sacrifice his money, Nelly, he also has to trust that you're going to be able to do your part in order to surround him with those dudes. And I'm not sacrificing that dollars for them.
Well, you did that when you agreed to the extension. You agreed to saying, yo, I'm going to extend because I trust that we're going to win. We know Kobe wants to win more than he wants money.
I'll tell you this much. Kobe Bryant, all I could go by is what he told me.
Okay.
I'm a lifer. I ain't going nowhere. If I was going to go somewhere, it was going to be in 2007.
Okay, then, so why take the money if you're not going nowhere?
Well, he's saying, I'm not going anywhere. So, in other words, that's every reason to take the money, because you ain't trying to go somewhere else. You're going to be here in purple and gold. This is where you riding and dying for the rest of your career.